Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is Rustam, and in this video tutorial I'm going to guide BS students how to answer a question, because it has been noticed whenever we grade students answer scripts, we realize that students do not have the knack and they do not have the art to produce a right kind of answer. In a recent classroom test, I gave this question, to the students, in which I asked them that this is known as technically question stem or question statement. So I said that sociolinguists advocate communicative competence instead of mere linguistic competence. Is there any difference between the two types of competencies? Okay. So now students need to first be aware of that these are known as topic words. Topic words mean that in your answer students have to cover, they have to provide, or they have to furnish information regarding these two terms. Okay, now they have to explain. Now whenever as a student you attempt an exam question, you must keep 6 things on the back of your mind. Number 1, your writing must communicate. It should a communicative writing has 6 elements. Okay, it has an audience, it has a purpose, it has a style, it has cohesion, it has coherence, and it has logic. Logic means that information you provide must flow logically. That is, there should be an introduction, and there should be some development, and there should be a suitable conclusion. So I have written down an answer to this question, and first let me quickly read that answer, and then I'm going to explain further. So first thing is that a student wastes their time in reproducing the question here. This is an answer sheet. Okay, so you are not supposed to reproduce your question here. Like, this whole question should not be reproduced in exam sheet. So you need to economize on your time and don't waste time in reproducing. You can draw left margin or right margin, and then in the margin you must write down the serial number of question. As you can see, Q1, it represents question 1, and inside you can give a main heading like communicative competence, because the main item is communicative competence. Okay, so now you can leave some space which is called indentation. It indicates that this is a paragraph. As you can see, from here, from line number 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, these 5 lines constitute one paragraph, and this is second paragraph. I haven't left any vertical space between the lines, just I have given indentation. Some space should be left blank. Now see, communicative competence, hope it is visible to you. If it is not visible, you can enhance video quality by going to setting button and enhance its quality. So let's communicative competence is the sum total of linguistic competence and sociolinguistic competence. Here I have mentioned linguistic competence and sociolinguistic competence. So your answer must start from the main heading. Okay, in order to understand communicative competence, we first need to differentiate between linguistic and sociolinguistic competence. So first paragraph sets the tone of the essay. Now see second paragraph. There are 2 main schools of linguistics which talk about structure of language, and I have seen while marking that students do not write correct grammatical structures. They even don't bother about punctuations. No full stop is added, and the next sentence should always have a capital letter. And so one school holds the view that language consists of only these systems, a colon, that is phonology, morphology, syntax and semantics. A mastery of these systems is enough for competence in a particular language. There is nothing else to be learned in order to be a competent user of a language. This school is known as structuralist. Okay, they emphasize linguistic competence. Ferdinand de Saussure in 1916 is the main linguist of this school. Noam Chomsky, that is 1957, also advocated this view through his generativism. Now, third paragraph. However, after 1970, another school emerged which said that mere linguistic competence does not suffice. Now, here I have also made a mistake that when you are using second form here, so in order to maintain consistency of structure, you are supposed to use did not here. Okay. Another school emerged which said that mere linguistic competence did not suffice for real life communication. Okay, a language learner or user need to be equally skillful in the rules of use of language in society to have full competence, that is communicative competence in target language. Rules such as cooperative principle, etc. So this way you can continue and you can say rules such as cooperative principle, turn taking, speech acts, etc. They are called they need to be learned, and these rules are called socio-linguistic competence. So put together both in order to be a successful communicator in real life situation, a learner or a language user must be communicatively competent. That is, he or she must have both linguistic as well as sociolinguistic competence. Sociolinguist school is known as functionalist or sociolinguist, and main main linguist in this school is Dalheims. We also have J.L. Austin, Paul Grice, Hudson, and William Lebeau, and a few others. And they stress that a learner needs to know the rules of society, rules of social rules as well, in order to be a competent user. So today I just I have given you a sample how to produce an answer. Okay, there was another question. Let me trace it. Let's say here was another question in a test recently conducted. That briefly define critical discourse, give examples of critical discourse. Now here you need to find out what the examiner wants from the students. So accordingly you need to put your answer into your answer script. So you can start from you can give the heading question 4 and then the main title critical discourse, and then you can say critical discourse. You can start with discourse. You can say discourse is any piece of written or spoken language that is above the level of a sentence or utterance. However, critical discourse is a technical term. It means a special language which is used in order to influence readers or listeners' attitude or the behavior. There are people in the world who are called hegemonic group. This group wants to mold or wants to influence listener or the reader. So they want to introduce their own systems in society, and these groups are present in every walk of life. So after giving a few more details about this language, so after giving few more examples of like discourse, not example, rather definition of critical discourse, or you can say let's say language is not neutral. It is it has got some sinister design, hidden agenda. So every reader needs to be critically aware of this critical language. Now you should just jump onto the examples. So let me show you some examples, because give examples of critical discourse. Let me show you some examples. Now here are few examples of critical discourse. You can see, we can say 90% fat free versus 10% fat. So this example should have been given, like now language is being used in order to dupe or beguile the customers, and because effect is different. If you say that there is 10% fat in a product, buyers or customers won't buy it. But when you say 90% fat free, so buyers rush towards the product. And here is another example from Macbeth, a tragedy by Shakespeare. After Macbeth has, Macbeth has killed King Duncan, and he is feeling remorse. So here, his wife, Lady Macbeth, says that Macbeth, what's done is done. Okay, but when she sees that he is feeling too much pain after killing King Duncan, so here is her closing speech. She says, "What's done cannot be undone." So this example should have been given. Then there are some more examples. As you can see, language merges opinion with fact. Okay, so here let me show you. So you often see that we heard this word regime instead of government. We see this word terrorist for combatant. Okay, so someone is fighting for his freedom, okay, and he is actually a combatant, which is a neutral term. But this another term is used, terrorist, or you can say murder for killing. So, sometime passive structures are used, okay, in order to influence someone's consent. Let me give you grammatical devices such as fears are rising that, or president threatened to suppress the opposition. Instead of saying this, so you can mold it like 5 children were killed in the air attack. So instead of saying the pilot killed 5 children, so they use the term 5 children were killed. Okay, now here is another important let me give you an example of critical language. This is critical language. Genetic codification is a powerful technique. Now when reader reads it or listen to it, he or she doesn't react much, because actually if someone says researchers who modify genes are very powerful people, so modification of gene is not allowed. So this language is used. Now redundancies will be announced. So this is critical language. Actually whatever they want to say, they say that owners will be firing people. So if they write this straightforward language, so there will be lot of reaction. So in order to avoid the backlash, so this critical discourse is used. So there are so many examples, and sometimes this is here, padhoge Farsi bechoge tel, but you can't produce this Urdu version in exam. You have to convert it into Roman Urdu, okay, like this. Let me show you like this. Padhoge Farsi bechoge tel. Now you need to put some inverted commas around it, and usually it is italicized when we are typing. However, if you are producing it in exam paper, so you must underline it, or you must put inverted commas. So hope now you have got an idea how to write down your answer to a question. So keep in mind spelling mistakes. I mean, you should not be making spelling mistakes. I have found many grammatical, ungrammatical structures in your write-up. So this video is being recorded for 5th semester students. Other students can also profit by it. and they should also maintain how they should also learn how to do it. Thank you very much.